Share my screen. So, welcome everyone. Let's do the Mangala Charan. So, Janvi, this is your first class. So, what we do as before we start the class, we do some prayers, auspicious prayers. We recite them and then we get into the class. So, anybody wants to go ahead and start the Mangala Charan? Ishan, you want to go ahead, start?
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्.
Thank you, Beta. Shreya, you want to go ahead?
Okay, Prabhuji. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatamita Stam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Paridana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Laita Shiva Shakamitamsha.
Ayati, you want to go ahead?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shabhanu Sadevi Paramami Priya.
Okay. Sahas, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure.
Vansha Kalpataru.
Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Devi Gauravani Pachayani Nirvishek Sasunyavadi Pashita Desakarina.
And Vansha Kalpatrubhyascha.
Vancha Kalpa Turubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaiva Chapati Dhanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Thank you. Mahima, you want to go next?
Sir Prabhuji, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Janvi, you want to say the Hare Krishna mantra? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna?
I don't know how to say.
You can try. Say, you can repeat after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Hare Hare.
Thank you. Okay. So last class, hey, Hari, do you want to say the Hare Krishna mantra? Hari?
Okay, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Thank you. So last class, we did a debate on does God exist? Right? Do you guys remember? Some of the, yeah, Janvi is new. I don't know if Hari, you were there or not. So I was saying that we need, I didn't have, like I wanted to expand it more further. Okay, it will be very nice if we can turn their cameras on. Shreya, Mahima, Hari, Ayati, Adhav, it will be very nice if you can turn your cameras on. So before going into the story of, we have been doing the story of Vaman Dev, we took a pause because we wanted to do this debate. So we did the debate and I found you guys had put in effort, but I said many of the points were missing from your debate. So let's go through this, right? So what do you guys think? Does God really exist? We did this debate, right? And Okay. Quick, I'm just going to like for one statement per person. Like, how many here believe in God and why? Just quickly, raise your hand. Yes, Isha.
I believe in God.
Why?
Because He helps us when we need it. When He helps us sometimes, and like, yeah, you get
Okay,
the.
he helps you. Okay, good. Where is Hari? Hari, raised your hand, Hari.
On accident.
Okay. Anybody else wants to answer? Okay. How many here don't believe in God and why? Who doesn't believe in God? And it's okay. You have to be honest to ourselves. Okay, no answers. Okay, so let's see if God exists or what is the proof, right? What is the proof that God exists? Okay, so the first proof is creation implies a creator, right? So let's see. Can you tell me now, if your cameras can be turned on, that will be really nice. Can you tell me who invented the telephone? Anybody knows? Raise your hand. Who invented the telephone? Mahima?
I think it was like Alexander Graham Bell.
Yes, Alexander Graham Bell. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. So telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. Can you name who invented the steam engine? Who invented the steam engine? Do you guys remember? Do you know who invented the steam engine? No? It was James Watt. Can you tell me who invented the telescope? Does anybody know who invented the telescope? No? Galileo. Right? So you see the pattern. If there's something, somebody has made it, right? Somebody has invented it. Yes? Can you tell me who invented the light bulb? Ayati, who invented the light bulb?
Oh, I remember it, but I don't know.
Okay, Shreya, you raised your hand. Who invented the light bulb? You remember? No? Okay, Mahima, who invented the light bulb?
Thomas Edison.
Thomas. Okay, yes, you're right. Thomas Alva Edison. Now, can you tell me who invented this universe? Yes, Ayati.
God.
Yes. Is it by chance? Like your telephone was invented by somebody, your light bulb was invented by somebody, everything was in, like anything you see was invented by somebody. So you think any universe just randomly came? Janvi, what do you think? The universe, the planet Earth, Neptune, Pluto, everything came into randomly?
No.
So who created all this this universe?
God.
Yes. But a lot of people say, yes, Hari, you have something?
Brahma created the universe.
Yes, Brahma created the universe. He is the secondary creator, right? He was given the material by Krishna, by Vishnu, right? By Mahavishnu. Yeah, yes, you're right. Brahma created the universe. Some people say, now you guys have learned in science, some of you, that this was created because of Big Bang. You know, what is a Big Bang? Anybody knows what is a Big Bang? The scientists say that there was a point in time and it exploded and then everything came into being. But have you seen something nice coming out of an explosion? Like if a bomb explodes, it kills 10 people and then 11 people come out of it. Have you seen that? Have you seen something nice come out of a destruction? So if you smash your laptop, something nice, and then 20 laptops will come out of it. Have you seen that? So scientists say that everything was created because of Big Bang. So they're saying because of destruction, something nice happened. And they're saying that this Big Bang theory cannot be proved by a mathematical formula, or it is indescribable. And they're themselves contradicting, because in science, everything has to be proved by mathematical formula. Everything has to be, it's just not like I think, it has to be proven. And they are not able to prove this Big Bang theory, but this theory is there. So they say, no, you know, they don't believe, scientists don't believe. Most scientists will not believe in God, right? So this is the big. So the question is, the scientists claim that the universe came from Big Bang. So from a point, where did the point come from? Did it exist just by itself? And why did it explode? Why did the point explode? Who created that Big Bang? And what did it explode into? So can you mathematically verify it? No. So their theory is wrong. Even the point which they say has to be created by somebody, right? Everything comes from a creator. If there is something, somebody must have created it. It's just not sometimes like Christmas time, right? Small kids, they wake up on Christmas Day and they say a lot of gift. Oh, Santa Claus got it. Or is it just by randomness? Is it by randomness that the gifts appear there? Somebody must have got it, not Santa Claus, but your parents probably. Or Santa Claus, Ayati. Did Santa Claus get the gifts?
Santa Claus, okay?
Okay, Santa Claus gets the gifts. Somebody. Your parents or Santa Claus or your uncle or auntie or somebody. Or it just appears from the sky, heaven, and just drops in your Christmas tree. Does it? So the question is that if the scientists say the Big Bang happened from a point, where did the point come from? They don't have answers. So second reason. So first proof for existence of God is every creation has a creator, right? The second point is law implies a lawmaker, which means if there is a law, somebody must have made the law, right? It's Ishan has a law that he has to go to bed by 9:30 p.m. Who made that law? Arbitrarily? Ishan, you made that law?
I can't hear you. You're breaking up a little.
Am I breaking up? You guys, can you hear me? Yeah, they can hear me. So Ishan, I'm asking, you have a law at your home, right? That you have to sleep by 9:30 p.m. Did the law come by itself or somebody created that law?
Somebody created it.
Who created that law?
You did.
You did. I did. So these laws of green lights, red light, or a yellow light, does it exist by itself or somebody created it?
Somebody created it.
Yes. So like the trains run on the tracks and they know at what time they have to stop, what time like the other trains is coming, right? So there is a system behind it, right? It's not like the trains run by itself. Otherwise, there will be accidents, right? The airplanes fly in the sky. It's not like they can fly anywhere and everywhere. Otherwise, the planes can be crashing into each other. There's a whole control system behind it, right? These people sitting in the control tower, they are seeing which plane is flying at what altitude. The other plane cannot go at this altitude. They are directing everything. It's not like everything is happening by itself. It's not magic. Right? So there are laws. So who is governing the laws that Earth has to rotate around the sky and it rotates in 1 year, 365 days, and it is at a certain speed, and then the sun is in the center of the universe. The other planets are orbiting in they are rotating in their orbits based on that particular speed. Who is creating that? Is it by all chance? Is it by all chance, Janvi, that they are rotating at their own speed?
No.
So somebody must have created that law that they have to rotate around the sun. Who is that person? That is God, right? So law implies a lawmaker. Who has created that law? Krishna. Right? Why do apples grow on a tree? So the laws of mechanism saying gravity means it will fall down. If you kick a football, soccer ball, Ishan, can it always go up and not come down?
It will come down sometime or the other.
And who created that law of gravity?
Krishna.
Yes. So law means there has to be a lawmaker. And who is that lawmaker? That is Krishna. That is God. And you have some organizations and you have order in them, right? Like you have the water in your water tanks. In India, there's Syntex water tanks. The water is stored there and it goes into the whole household in the taps and the water taps. Where does the water come from? The water is coming from a river and through the pipes to these tanks. It is getting purified. So is this not like this? There's a whole organization. There is a whole network of water system. It's not like it can exist by itself. And somebody has created that organization. Same way the clouds. Same way you guys drink soda. You guys drink like the fruity or the juices. It's like, does it come in the store by itself? Somebody is producing the fruits. They're extracting the juice out of it. They're selling in the market. And then it is packaged and there is a whole industry behind it, right? There is a whole organization behind it and then it comes, right? So there is an organization and somebody owns that organization, right? Somebody owns that organization. It's not by just by like that. So fruity comes from the mango and all that stuff. So who is organizing this whole universe? Who is maintaining the order in the whole universe? That is God. And then you see, a giraffe has a very tall neck. Yes, giraffe has a very tall neck so that it can eat the leaves in the big trees. And do you know Charles Darwin? Do you guys know Charles Darwin? Who knows Charles Darwin? Do you guys know Mahima or Sahas? Do you know Charles Darwin?
He is the, what's it called? He's the one who made the law of natural selection.
Natural selection. Okay, yes. Mahima, you want to expand on that?
I think he was the person who made the theory of like evolution. Like
Yeah.
if there's like a certain group of species and they die from a particular trait, then they'll evolve from that one trait that's like dominant and helps the species survive.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so Charles Darwin, he gave us the theory of evolution. Oh, life came from a single cell and then dinosaurs died because they could not survive, or human beings were monkeys before and they gradually evolved into human beings. And he said, even for giraffes, he said they were actually deer first and the grass was over. And then so because they could not find any grass on the land, they wanted to eat the tree, the leaves on the trees. So they started growing their neck and they became this tall so that they can eat the leaves on the neck. But the problem is if we evolve like that, our organs also evolve like that, like inside. If you know, giraffe has the longest neck, but their heart is 11 kgs, 2 feet long. It's like 20 pounds, 24 pounds or like that. Their heart is 24 pounds, giraffes, and it is 2 feet long. So when it is looking up or looking down, the whole the whole blood doesn't go into their brain. And when they're looking down, the wall closes so that the blood doesn't go rushing into their head. So it is a very complex design. Their heart is so big. Who created that heart? Just by evolution, just by chance? That it was created from deer into a giraffe? It's a simplistic theory. Charles Darwin was a scientist who said, oh, first there was single-celled amoeba. But where did that amoeba come from? It also has to come from something. So he says, okay, it was by chance. But if there is a complicated design, it means a designer is there, right? So you see this iPhone is a complicated phone, right? It has so many apps and stuff. Do you think you can just like it randomly came like this? Or there is a designer for it? There is a designer, yes? Same thing, like our hearts, our inside body parts, they're so intricate and complicated that somebody must have created it. So same way, there's the whole universe. There is so much mathematics into it. There has to be somebody governing it. But then people say, can you show me God? Right? People don't believe. Is anybody in the class who has seen God here? Ayati? Ayati, are you there? You are muted.
Yes, I'm here.
Have you seen God?
No.
So can you then say that he exists?
I guess not, but in my opinion, I think he does.
Okay. Janvi, have you seen God?
So,
Do you think he exists?
yeah.
Okay. So it means if you cannot see, he doesn't exist. That's what people think. Right? Suppose you want to meet Biden. You know who is Biden, right? Joe Biden, Joseph Biden. Who is Biden?
The president?
Yes, the president. Yes. So can you go and meet him just like that? You have to have an appointment. You need to be qualified. He needs to invite you. Yes. Like everybody might want to meet him. So you need to be qualified. You need to have some special, why do you need to meet Biden? There has to be some special reason. Same way, God is a special person. He's much, much special than Biden. It's not like that he will allow everybody to see him. But if you follow a process, then he will meet you. And that process is the process of bhakti. That process, the process of cleaning our heart. Our hearts are so impure. We have so much anger inside us, so much bad qualities inside us that God will not show himself unless we are purified. Unless we chant out the names of the Lord, we become very pure, that there is no anger, greed, lust, envy, illusion, jealousy in our heart. He will not show us. And when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, when we chant and we hear that mantra goes inside our heart and purifies it. It starts cleaning it, because we have taken so many births. Our hearts are contaminated. They are bad with all these bad things. We might be doing some many good things, but we might be doing so many bad things. And God needs a very clean heart, very clean mind. Then he can show us. Right? So it's not like, okay, am I qualified to see God? Am I pure that God will show me? Right? Do we see the air outside? But we feel it, right? When the wind is blowing, we feel the wind. But can we see the wind? No. Right? When the wind is blowing, we know that there's something is creating the wind, right? When the firecrackers go up, we know that there's something inside it that is making the firecrackers glow. When the arrows are being hit, we know that it is making, somebody's shooting that arrow. It's not that the arrow came just by itself. So there is a theory behind it. There is a bowman. There is an archer behind throwing the arrows, right? When somebody is doing a puppet show, right? You see the puppets moving. Are the puppets moving by themselves? No, right? There is a string attached to it, and somebody is the puppeteer who is moving the puppets, right? You cannot see the strings from a distance, but you can see closely there is a string. The puppeteer is moving it. Same way, our things, see, the puppeteer are there. Yes? It's not like everybody is moving by chance. So, you see a string, a pearl necklace here. How are the pearls tied together? Can anybody answer me my question? Why are the pearls tied together? Yes, Ayati.
Make like a decoration or jewelry or accessories.
Yes, but the pearls are together, tied together in a necklace. How are they tied together in a necklace? What is, yes, Ayati.
A string holds it.
Yeah, but do you see the string?
No, you can't.
Same way, everything is being held. All the universes is being held together by Krishna, the Supreme Lord. But then you don't see Krishna because we are not qualified. Right? It is like it is there, but you know it is that string is there. But you can you see the string in the picture? No. So what is the definition of God? Can anybody tell me a definition of God you know? What is the definition of God? Let's see. Somebody else besides Ayati. What's the definition of God? Yes, Ishan?
He is all wealthy, all powerful, he has all fame, he has all beauty, he has all knowledge, and he has all renunciation.
Very nice. What did you cover all the 6?
Yeah, I think that was all 6.
Yes, Ayati, you want to add anything?
The person who looks over you.
Looks over you, yes. So God is one. Bhrigu Muni has given the definition. He's the most wealthiest person. Here is one of the most wealthiest person from India, Mukesh Ambani. But he could be wealthy one day. The other day, say Jeff Bezos comes and the Amazon guy becomes wealthiest. The other day, Bill Gates becomes the wealthiest person, or the other day, Mark Zuckerberg becomes the wealthiest person. He's not always wealthy, right? So God is the most wealthiest person, right? He's Dhanvan. He's the most strong person. Is Mukesh Ambani the wealthiest person, the most strongest person? Is he a wrestler? No. But God is wealthiest and he's the most strong person. He's Balavan. In Sanskrit, it's called Balavan. He's the most learned person. He knows everything. Does the richest person is the strongest and also the most knowledgeable? No. Here is Shakuntala Devi. She could do math in her head, like complex equations, like in seconds. You might use a calculator, like you would be typing in 5 minutes, and she will say that in 1 second. She's very learned. She's very intelligent. But is she also the richest? Is she also the strongest?
No.
God is all of this. So Ishan, can you do all these calculations in your head like she does? Like, are you the smartest? Are you the most knowledgeable? No, right? Krishna is Vidwan, God is Vidwan. So he has most opulences. He is Bhagavan. Bhaga means opulent, right? So here the 6 opulences. What are the six opulences? He's the most richest. How is God the most richest? Because everything belongs to him. He created everything. So he's the most richest. He's the most strongest. He's more stronger than He-Man, Iron Man, whatever I don't know, whatever you have, Thor. He's the most strongest. Because everything comes from him. He's the most beautiful. Right? Krishna, if you look at his picture, he's the most beautiful. Again, this is Albert Einstein's pictures. He's the most intelligent person, but some people might think him as beautiful. Some people might not think him as beautiful, but Krishna is all beautiful. Right? This is Warren Buffett, the most wealthiest person. So he's the most knowledgeable. He's the most wealthiest. He's the most famous. He's the strongest. He's the most renunciate, meaning he has everything, but he gives up everything. So these are the six qualities of God, right? But how do we know God exists? How do we know about him? How do we know? There's one theory which is called pratyaksha, right? You see something and then you believe in it. That is called pratyaksha, meaning you seeing is believing. But because we have imperfect senses, right? We have four things, human beings. We have imperfect senses. So Ishan, are your eyes perfect? My eyes are also not perfect. I'm wearing glasses. Still, even if I'm with my glasses, putting the glasses on, I cannot see beyond a distance, right? If I go to the ocean, can I see where the ocean ends? No. Like the dogs can hear a dog whistle. When the dog whistles, we cannot hear it. Our ears are not perfect. So we cannot see with our imperfect senses. So how can anybody tell me what do you see in this picture? What do you see in this picture? Ayati?
The difference between a woman and a man, basically.
Okay, somebody else? What do you see in this picture?
Lots of people and a person.
Lots of people and a person, yes. Sahas, what do you see?
Two old people.
Two old people, yes. So see how we can see, I can see two people, one people playing the guitar, other people adjusting their hat, two old people. There is what you call a jar, and there's a blanket here. You can see so many different things. Like everybody's seeing different things here. What do you see here? Can anybody tell me? What do you see here?
It looks like it's swaying a little.
Is it swaying? Is it swaying? Do you
It
guys?
looks like it, but it's
It
not.
looks like it, but it's not. It's just like
Yes, it looks like that is swaying, right? It's moving a little bit. It is not. It's just a static picture. Do you see how eyes are playing tricks on you? So do you think that in static picture is making you feel it is moving? Our eyes are perfect? No, our eyes are not perfect. Our ears are not perfect. Our tongue is not perfect. Our sense of smell is not perfect. So how can we see God with imperfect things? Who is perfect? Who is the most perfect one? We cannot see with that unless there is a process. We will talk about that process. And then sometimes we guess. That is called anuman. Oh, if it happens like this, then this should happen. If it happens like this, then this should happen. So again, that is not foolproof because you're just doing a guesswork. And we don't have the perfect brain to do the guesswork. Then the third way to know God is Shabda Praman, or the proof written in the scriptures. That is what the scriptures tell us, that God exists. He looks like this. He has a sham color, like the color of the monsoon cloud. He wears a peacock feather. He has a flute in his hand. He wears yellow clothes. He has the Kaustubh gem on his necklace. and he is in a three-bended form. The scriptures, the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all the scriptures describe how God looks like. And that is what we believe. That is what is telling us that God exists. And when did he come to the earth? What pastimes did he do? Everything is there in our scriptures. And then Ishan may say, oh, why should I trust the scriptures? Somebody must have just thought of stories, right? And written them. Are they fact or fiction? What do you think, Ishan? Are those fact or fiction?
They are fact.
No. How are they fact?
Because like it says, I mean, I'm just using this from the debate from Sahas. There's just like it mentions in some scriptures that the Dwarka sank in the ocean, and where Dwarka is currently, you can find some remains of Dwarka, and you can't just consider that some random building in the ocean.
Yes, there are many proofs that our scriptures are right. Even the embryo, right, when it goes into a mom's stomach, to the way the baby comes out, there's so many 9 months of development that is described exactly like the scientists have discovered this, like probably 30-40 years ago. That is there in our scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is written 5,000 years ago. That when you read and when you that Srimad Bhagavatam chapter and you compare it with scientific discoveries, it exactly matches. So how can somebody just think and just write fiction? They know much better. Even cow dung. You know what is cow dung? The stool of a cow. Our scriptures say that it is antiseptic. It is very purifying, that you can use this to make the house cool and so many other uses. And scientists would say, what are these Indians? We believe in this cow stool as good thing. But now science has agreed that cow dung is a good thing. Even, in Sanskrit, the earth is called, in Sanskrit, what is it earth called? Do you guys know what is earth called? Yes, Ayati.
I'm guessing Bhumi.
It's called something. Yes, it's called Bhumi. Also, some other name I'm looking for. It's called Bhugol. What is it called? Bhugol. Bhu means earth, and Gol means it is round. So this Shastra the scripture says earth is round. It's only 300-400 years ago, scientists said that the earth is round. Previously, they were thinking it is all flat. The Shastras have been saying that the earth is round since many thousands of years ago. Otherwise, where did the name came from? Bhugol. Like Bhugol means geography. So the Shastras are right because there's so much proof. And like, if you want to hear about the news, you turn the radio on, you news or read it in your iPhone or phone, or you learn from the newspaper. And right? And then you go to the school to learn about your maths and algebra and geometry. And to learn about God, you learn, you see, you read the scriptures. But then, like, you go to school 5 days in a week. How often do you read the scriptures? We don't read that much often, right? So there is a whole school for materialistic education, but there's not much school for these scriptures. So on what basis should we put faith in the scriptures? It gives us historical information, right? So I told about Bhugol. It is already giving that information, and we are trying to find out, is the earth round or not? It is giving the historical information. It is giving the information, as I said, Srimad Bhagavatam, when an embryo, when a small fetus is in the womb of a mother, how it grows, that all information is there. We spoke about the cow dung. It's all that information is there. About nature, the information is there. Ayurveda is there. It's an instruction manual. It just tells us, Bhagavad Gita tells us how should we lead our lives, that we should not be angry, we should not have greed. All those things are there. How should we lead our life? It is an instruction manual. And it gives the predictions. It also, the scriptures say, okay, Buddha will be born this day, Kalki will be born this day. It gives all that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come. It gives all those predictions. And those predictions have come true. Right? It says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come in the golden form and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come. Those scriptures were written 5,000 years ago. So we have to put our faith in the scriptures. So we said till now, the existence of the Lord, we said creator. Creation means there is some creator, right? We took the example of a telephone. Somebody created a telephone. We took the example of a steam engine. James Watt created the steam engine. We took so many examples. So who created the universe? God. And then we said, what is the definition of God? One who is full, like he has all the opulences of beauty. Who is the most beautiful? Who is the most wealthiest? Who is the most strongest? And who is the most knowledgeable, who is most renunciate. He gives up everything, even after having everything, and wealthiest, knowledgeable, and beauty. What am I missing? Knowledgeable. What sixth one am I missing? Does anybody know? Strength. I said strength. So let's revise it. He's the most beautiful. He's the strongest. He has the most wealth. He has the most knowledge. Oh, he's the most famous. I was missing the famous thing. And he's renunciate. So he has everything in full. Can you name anybody who has all these six opulences, who is not God, but is a human being, who is all beautiful, who is all of this? Does anybody of you know anybody who is the most beautiful, who is the most wealthiest, who is everything, like who is strongest? Do anybody of you know any person like that? Except God, there doesn't exist any person. That is Krishna. Right? Seeing God, cause and effect, right? So you can experience God. You can experience God just like you experience wind. Just like when you smell a flower, you can smell the fragrance of the flower. If you start your day by chanting the name of the Lord, just simple, you just Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. You meditate on that mantra, you keep chanting every day for a few years. In 1 year, I can guarantee you will start feeling the love of God. And how do we know about God? Through the scriptures. We put our faith in our scriptures. So with that, so now, I wanted to do this because we had the debate last week. So wanted to make sure that we cover all the points, most important points. Now, I will take some questions or any other realizations, and then probably next week we will discuss what we will want to do, because the Vaman Dev story is still pending. Can anybody, did it make sense to you, Jahnavi?
Yes.
Okay. Ayati, you had prepared for this debate. Anything which you wanted to say, which was not there in this thing?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, Sahas, Mahima, you had, I think Mahima was not there in the debate. Sahas, any points which you want to add?
No.
Okay. Anybody wants to add anything to this? Did it make sense to you guys? Is it going deeper now? We have a conviction and a faith that God exists. If somebody questions you that God doesn't exist, you guys are foolish, will you be able to answer that question? Yes, will you be able to answer that question?
Yeah.
Okay, so for next week, I will try to finish the Vaman Dev class, and then in the next you start preparing the other debate. What is the other debate? Yes, Ishan, what is the other debate?
Are we the soul or the body?
Yeah, we are the Are we the body or the soul? So people will start preparing on both the sides. Some people, so say Ishan takes that topic, debate topic, he will say, why I am the body, he will write down the points. Why I am the soul, he'll write down the points. Because we know we are the soul, we are not the body. But I will randomly pick people and say, Ishan, you were going in the group of soul. And I will say, Ayati, you're going on the group of body. You should have points for both. Yes, Ayati, you have a question?
So wait, when are we gonna be doing that debate?
Yeah, not next week. We will do that on 29 on it's 2 Sundays from now. And
Okay.
next Sunday we will do the class at 10:30 a.m. Instead of 10:15, we will start on Sundays at 10:30
Wait,
a.m.
didn't we used to start do class on Saturdays?
Yes, but their class changed, right? Vishesha Shobha Mataji's classes are now Saturdays.
Oh,
That is at 8:30. So I didn't want to like have too many classes on Saturday because then you have 8:30 and then 9:30 back to back. So we'll go back to Sunday at 10:30.
yay!
Okay. So in 2 weeks, we will have that debate and I'll help you and prepare that debate also.
One more question. Wait, so or do we have to prepare a debate for both sides?
Both the sides, yes.
Okay, so we're done with the God this.
Yes, you're done with God exists, but now the next debate in 2 weeks is about, am I the body or the soul? So you prepare for both the sides and then I'll randomly pick which group are you going to be in.
For the no or yes.
Yes. Okay. So we will say our prayers. Vancha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo nama ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you everyone. Hari Hari Bol. We'll see you next week Sunday at 10:30.